So we have catalysts at least in 4 different areas that build now on more of what we've been doing this year of 2020. So for us, we're quite excited. COVID gave us the opportunity to really focus in on our best projects, and now we actually...
Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we deliver mining insights and bullion sales in the form of physical delivery, offshore depositories, and private blockchain distributed ledger technology.
Joining us for a conversation is Dr. John Mark Staude of Riverside Resources. Dr. Staude, welcome to the show, sir.
Great to be on the show, Maurice. Very excited about this.
Always a pleasure to have you on, sir. Let's begin our discussion in Ontario, as Riverside Resources has just staked 230 square kilometers at the High Lake Greenstone Belt west of Kenora. Dr. Staude, why has Riverside taken such an aggressive approach staking such a large area, and what is special about the geology west of Kenora?
For us, this is a big step. Riverside has been focusing in Ontario, doing our due diligence, integrating data. For us, to be able to stake an entire greenstone belt, getting such a large block is vital. That could be great for gold discoveries. To the north of us is the Red Lake Belt. That has had great success with Great Bear and other companies coming and developing huge amounts of gold. To the south of us is Rainy River as well, another area that's very well endowed. So for us, right in the middle. To the west of Lake of the Woods Greenstone Belt, this High Lake Greenstone Belt is greatly prolific, super potential, and for us, we see big upside with big structures, good geology, good plumbing, and most of all, great access. Be able to keep that capital structure tight to do it. We're very excited by this opportunity for Riverside.
You know, this is the largest claimed area Riverside has ever done in Canada.
You know, for us, we've really been focusing on Canada. Last year, we started to get going. We acquired 3 projects, and those have grown. More news flow coming from those. And for us, being able to get an entire greenstone belt, place our geologists have worked before, place that we know so well, is fabulous. So we're aggressively going forward. The steps we've done this year, including the spin out of Capitan, the steps we've done to joint venture our projects in Mexico, opens us up to really growing our prospect generation and portfolio in Canada. So for us, staking a very large belt is just right, and we're very excited by these continued moves by Riverside to grow and expand our portfolio and our business model.
Why is Canada such a good spot for Riverside?
You know, for us, Canada is excellent. You know, we live here in Canada, we're based in Canada, and we're able to use vast amounts of government data. We've been doing those type of things in Mexico quite prolifically for 13 years, and we continue to work in Mexico quite well. But for us, Canada, with the ability to have partners bring flow-through funding, with the ability of partners be able to come and drill access, and particularly now with permitting and other things going well, we work very closely with First Nations. We find Canada is a great place to work. So we're very excited by bringing the same type of business approach, partnership model that we've done other parts of North America now into Canada, aggressively growing more in Canada. We've been working at Canada for a number of years. We've had different projects, and for us, this new belt, the High Lake Greenstone Belt, is a great big step for us.
Speaking of the High Lake Greenstone Belt, what else can you tell us about it?
For us, we're quite excited by greenstones. Greenstones, here we can see some of the different material here is volcanic rocks that have been metamorphosed. These volcanic rocks, former seafloor, and sediments that are inside of them host much of the gold in Canada. Canada, one of the world's prolific gold areas, the greenstones, the green chlorite with other types of clays, and particularly metamorphic minerals. And then, on top of that, the old basaltic material is key unit. The second unit that we actually have in these belts are the granites. The granites are cyanites. The granites are pink granites. The granites actually are domal material, so where the domes intersect around the greenstone is quite prolific. These domes are a key part of the High Lake Greenstone Belt, and these domes to the north of us, the Wabacan River terrain, to the south of us, down around the lakes, and particularly down in the United States, have other cyanites. So we're right in the middle with these big, nice greenstones, and then these rocks are the domes. And then between those, where we find the shear zones, are the veins, and that has the gold, and we're quite excited. Here are some of the samples of quartz vein gold. We also have sulfide gold, And these quartz vein golds are often along the contact between the greenstone on one side and then cutting it, these veins. These type of associations are fabulous for us for big deposits like you find at Red Lake, like you find at Hemlo. For us, being in these metamorphic greenstone belts with the quartz veins and quartz vein breccias is fabulous with lots of sulfide. This is the right type of geology for finding big discoveries. So we're so excited for Riverside to have the chance now to get going in the High Lake Greenstone Belt.
What about the discovery potential for large gold deposits makes Riverside focus on Western Ontario?
There's three things. First is that there are other big districts, and those districts have had huge production. We're talking 50 million ounces, 30 million ounces, big districts of gold production. Secondly, the thing we like are big structures. I'll show you in a blow-up here on the map. Here we actually are at the northern part of our claim block, and what we see on the claim block is this big shear stone structure. The shear structure to the south of the Wabagon terrain and the dome in the Greenstone Belt, this big structure has many big deposits and big potential, and we really like the High Lake Greenstone Belt because it has the big shear zones. The second shear zone is coming through here, through the central part, going again through the High Lake shear zone. And this second structure is another major structure. Two big structures with splays that we can get 100% control is fabulous. There's lots of gold mineralization along these structures. There's lots of gold mineralization in these greenstone zones. So we see the good potential here for now integrating our data and integrating our program, and this summer doing a field program out here to really be able to elucidate and develop this greenstone terrain.
What work will you be doing this year, and what do we expect as news flow?
For us, we'll be doing two key works. First is we're doing mapping. We're going around where there's outcrop and cover areas, and we're out doing mapping and doing sampling and study of these areas. The second thing we're doing is interacting with the First Nations and interacting with the people in the community to make sure we integrate with them. So we want to make sure that we go hand in hand. Community engagement, community collaboration, and geology. The geology we really like. So our team is out in the field now, doing sampling, doing mapping, and we'll be looking forward to those results. Plus, we're actually going over and checking the old drill results, the old drill sites, and be able to integrate that, because we do believe we could use that in order to elucidate some of the past work by relocating that work. And so that will really help us as we go into the fall with having all the historic data put together, and of course having the good relations with the First Nations and local people. And thirdly, really key on our new results that we'll be getting from our sampling. So we're so excited by the upcoming field program at the High Lake Belt.
Let's leave the High Lake Belt, and can you share with us what other work Riverside is conducting in Ontario?
For us, it's really exciting. One of the other things that we've been doing is we've been doing a lot of work at the Oaks, Longrose, and Pichette projects for us to be able to work on these properties. So this summer, we've been out in the field sampling, and we'll have news releases now about that work as well. And for us, we're quite excited by the drill potential and working with partner to be able to do the drilling at the Oaks project, where we've been able to integrate the IP, integrate the other technical data, and now in the field. So that's been really great. So super good program this summer. We're out in the field, been doing a lot of work, and we're really excited to be able to bring that as well for more news releases to the shareholders now.
What has you most excited about your Ontario programs?
For us, I think the best thing is access. We can get out there, and lots of gold. These are regions that have such good potential. You know, the Hemlo deposit was found very close to the Trans-Canada Highway. We are now all along in the High Lake Belt here, along the Trans-Canada Highway. We see the access is amazing. We see the geology is terrific. And we're so excited to be able to work in Western Canada, where we can get out there in the field most of the year and really, really progress things. That really makes it a favorable place for us to work.
What can you share with us about other catalysts for Riverside and shareholders this year?
You know, it's pretty cool. So we just came out with the spin out of Capitan Mining. That was awesome, and that's really helped our share price. Our share price has gone up to over 50 cents, and that's been great Canadian, or over 40 cents US, and that's been great. So now we see the catalyst of drilling with Hochschild, drilling with Carlyle, drilling or working with BHP. We have multiple programs going for catalysts, and that's awesome. And so I'm so excited myself. I've purchased more shares. I've been really, really excited about where Riverside's going. The other thing is in Canada. These new acquisitions and growth in Canada give us catalysts as well. And so I see us for now, the drill results and the drill programs that we have going with the partners, the field programs that we're going with our partners, and now our growth in Canada. So we have catalysts at least in 4 different areas that build now on more of what we've been doing this year of 2020. So for us, we're quite excited. COVID gave us the opportunity to really focus in on our best projects, and now we actually are in those things. Tonight I'm off on an airplane down to Mexico myself, out in the field with the team, getting ready for our next meeting with BHP. We're working very hard to get after it. We're super excited.
I know that you are. Dr. Staude, please provide us with an update on the current capital structure.
Riverside's care structure, we have over $3 million cash and no debt. We have fewer than 68 million shares. We've been going for 13 years. We've kept that share structure tight and very careful. And for us, that really gives the shareholders a great upside with these catalysts that we have coming now.
Dr. Staude, for someone listening who wants to get more information on Riverside Resources, please share the website address.
Please come to our website. That's RIVRES.com.
Dr. Staude, always a pleasure to speak with you, sir. Wishing you safe travels and wishing you and Riverside Resources the absolute best, sir.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.